I can't wait to meet your fiancé. I'm really looking forward to it. I just can't wait to come back home and see you all. Oh, yeah, I feel the same way. You know, he's aware that I'm a company president's daughter, but I don't think he has any idea that the company president is actually you. It's going to be a great surprise for him. I just hope that the new information doesn't all go to his head or anything. Oh, that's true. Since you've been overseas the entire time he's been working there, you probably don't know much about him. So what kind of person is he? How should I put it? He's kind of a carefree, playful type, but deep down he's really serious and honest, I think. And he has quite a few hobbies that he's into back at home, which I'm sure he'll tell you about. Oh, is that so? Well, that doesn't sound bad at all. Still, you used to gush about celebrities you liked, and every single one of them turned out to be involved in some scandal, either infidelity or tax evasion. So we'll see what this one's like. Are you saying I have no eye for people? That is a totally different matter. I can't help but being a little worried, you know. I mean, these days it's hard to believe that a man who's playful on the surface but serious and honest underneath even exists. That's just because you haven't met one, Mom. And let's not forget, you ended up marrying a pretty terrible man yourself. He cheated on you all the time, and he even tried to tamper with the finances of your business. You're absolutely right. My husband was trash, but don't forget you inherited half of that trash's genes. What kind of mother says that to her daughter? Seriously. Anyway, don't trust too much, not just men. Trusting anyone too much never leads to anything good. Well, coming from you, that's hard to argue with. But Rich is fine. I'm sure I can trust him. Oh, is that so? Well, if things go south, you can always just break it off. Honestly, I think it's fine to get married first and see how it goes. Wow, that's a pretty lighthearted attitude to have about marriage. Of course, marriage isn't the ultimate goal in life. Whether it's work or marriage, the ability to move on quickly is what really matters. Got it. I'll keep that in mind. See you next week then. Be safe on your way back. Sure thing. You take care too.
Excuse me, are you Maggie, the new temp? Starting with our department today, right?
Yes, I'm Maggie. Nice to meet you. I'll do my best, so I appreciate your guidance.
I like your enthusiasm. It's great to be so energetic, but, try not to overstep too much, okay?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I've been watching you all morning. You've got this overly confident, almost arrogant vibe going on. As a temp, you might want to tone that down a bit, you know?
What? Really? I didn't mean to come across that way at all.
Look, if I'm saying you seem full of yourself, then just accept it. By the way, do you know who I am? I'm the next company president.
What? Really?
Yeah, so you'd better act appropriately. Remember, I can fire you whenever I want, Maggie.
Wait a minute, I don't think you actually have that authority.
Huh? Didn't I just say I'm the next president? Of course I have the power to fire a temp like you. Don't underestimate me.
About being the next president, what exactly do you mean by that?
I'm engaged to the company president's daughter, that's what. So it's obvious I'll be the next president, get it?
That's it?
What do you mean, that's it?
Well, don't you have, an official recommendation or some other concrete basis for your claim?
What's your problem? Are you trying to say I'm just being cocky for no reason? I'm highly regarded in this company. My performance is excellent too. Even based on merit, I'm clearly suited to be the next president.
Is that so? But hasn't it only been about 3 years since you joined?
Shut up, you old hag! What would you know about business? How long someone's been here doesn't matter. This company values skill, okay?
Uh-huh.
And another thing, business is all about connections. Marrying the president's daughter gives me unparalleled connections. That makes me the future president. You, on the other hand, are just a temp. So go make me some tea.
Sure, I'll bring it to you.
Don't keep me waiting. I'll be in the break room. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should just go hang out in the president's office.
Huh? Why would you do that?
Because I'm the next president, duh. And the current president is technically my future mother-in-law. I have every right to use the president's office.
You really shouldn't do that.
Then why should I listen to you? Besides, the president is overseas right now. Isn't it better if I put the office to good use? So go bring the tea to the president's office. Got it?
Are you sure about this? You're about to discover something unbelievable.
What could possibly be so unbelievable? You temps are always spouting nonsense.
Even if I'm just a temp, I don't think it's acceptable for you to talk to me like this.
Oh, what do you want, an apology? Sorry, but I don't have a habit of apologizing to old hags.
But if other employees find out about this...
Then go ahead and snitch. Between the star performer of the company and some temp who just started today, whose side do you think they'll take?
But I have proof of this conversation.
Oh yeah? Go for it. Try reporting me. I dare you. Just remember, I'm the next president. I have immense power. Whatever complaint you file, I'll crush it and fire you. And at your age, finding another job isn't going to be easy, is it?
You are awful.
Glad we're clear on that. Now just do as I say. The one with power always wins in the end. So bring that tea to the president's office. Got it?
Yes, I understand.
What's with the sniffles? Jeez, you're pathetic. Hey, what's going on here? Why is there a picture of you hanging in the CEO's office?
Ah, so you've finally entered the CEO's office then?
Yeah, this is the CEO's office. What the heck is that? Wait, don't tell me. Are you one of those people who admires the CEO so much that you're pretending to be them? You probably hung up your own picture in there to imagine what it feels like to be the boss, right?
There's no need to imagine. I am the CEO. I already know exactly what it feels like to be in charge every single day.
Wait, are you serious right now? You're actually convinced you're the CEO of this company?
From any perspective, I'm undeniably the CEO. It's not a matter of belief, it's a matter of fact.
Oh wow, this is next level delusional. I think I need to keep my distance. You're so far gone into fantasy land, it's actually scary.
If you apologize right now, I might consider forgetting this little misunderstanding. How about it?
Why would I need to apologize? You gotta be kidding me. Wow, lady, you're unbelievable. Talking to you is like trying to reason with a brick wall.
I think the one who's not making sense here is you. I have told you repeatedly, I am the CEO of this company.
There's no way I'm buying that nonsense. Enough with your ridiculous fantasies already.
In that case, I'll send you proof.
What is this photo? It's a picture of you and Ari together?
Yes, this is a selfie Ari and I took. It was taken right before I left for an overseas trip, at the airport to be specific.
Wait a minute. No, this can't be real. There's no way this is real, right?
What exactly are you talking about?
There's no way you're actually the CEO of this company and Ari's mother on top of that, right?
That's exactly what I've been telling you all along. Now you understand why my picture is displayed in the CEO's office, don't you?
This can't be happening. No, this is too much. Seriously, this is insane, right? It's totally insane.
Oh, absolutely. I'd say that your current situation is extremely precarious.
Why were you pretending to be a temp employee?
Obviously, I wanted to see what kind of man my daughter's fiancé really is. I created the persona of a temp worker, Maggie, to get close to you. And the result? Absolutely terrible.
Wait, hold on. If I had known you were the CEO, I never would have acted like that.
The fact that you treat temp workers so poorly is already a massive red flag. That is not something you can just excuse away.
No, please, I understand how bad this looks. Let's just forget this ever happened, okay?
Excuse me?
Harry and I should still get married. I'll stay on as the rising star of this company and lead it to success. How about that?
Are you being serious right now?
Yes, I'm always serious. Please, let's just move past this incident like it never occurred.
Interesting. If that's your honest proposal, do you really think I'd agree to it?
Please, I'm begging you. I need you to approve this.
You're quite an amusing man, I'll give you that. You've piqued my interest a little.
Wait, does that mean...
But my answer is no. Sorry to disappoint you.
No way! Can't you reconsider? Please, there must be something I can do.
There is absolutely nothing to reconsider. You are not suitable as a member of this company, and even less so as my daughter's fiancé.
No! I'm begging you, please! Isn't there any way to change your mind?
How many times do I have to say no? You are being incredibly persistent. You're a fascinating individual to observe from a distance, but I wouldn't want you as part of my family.
But I truly love Harry! That's why... Please, make me the CEO!
You're not even making sense anymore. Are you panicking, or was your goal all along to use Siri to become the CEO?
No, that's not it at all. It's just, I have an incredibly strong desire to lead this company. I know I can be an amazing CEO. I truly believe that.
This conversation is completely derailed. I think we're done here. Now pack up your things and get out of here immediately.
You can't be serious. Please, wait. I've been a valuable asset to this company. I've achieved so much here. How can you just discard me so easily?
To be honest, I've wanted to say this for a while. Your sales performance is the lowest in the entire department.
No way!
You might have fooled a temp worker with your lies, but do you really think you can deceive the CEO?
I see. I guess I assumed you wouldn't know because you've been overseas for so long.
Well, honesty is a good trait to have. Ari was right. You really are a bit of a smooth talker.
Really? Does that mean you'll approve of the marriage after all?
I can't believe how disconnected from reality you are. Ari must have truly poor judgment to think you're a serious and sincere man. It's almost laughable.
Wait, Harry said that about me?
Yes, she described you as reliable and trustworthy. Clearly, she couldn't have been more mistaken.
Harry! Harry, listen to me. Something terrible is happening right now. Your mother has completely misunderstood me.
Misunderstood? What do you mean?
I mean, you know how I am. Serious, responsible, and totally dependable, right? Despite all of that, your mom somehow got it into her head that I'm nothing but a lowlife.
A misunderstanding, huh? I don't think so. I've seen the messages between you and my mom. She showed them to me, and you know what? She is absolutely right. You are a lowlife.
Wait, hold on. You're taking this all wrong. It wasn't like that. You see, I just assumed she was some temp worker.
And that's the problem. Treating someone poorly because you think they're a temp worker is completely unacceptable. And let's not forget why you approached me in the first place. You were only after my family's company, weren't you? That's why you got close to me. You wanted to climb the ladder, but you didn't even know my mom was the CEO because I hid that from you.
No, it's not like that, I swear. I only found out by coincidence. This is all just one big misunderstanding, I promise.
It doesn't matter whether it's a misunderstanding or not. Either way, I can't imagine marrying someone like you. That's it. I am ending our engagement.
Harry, no! Please, you have to hear me out. I love you. I really, truly love you. You're the only person I want to be with. Please, I'm begging you. Talk to your mom for me. Convince her that my love for you is genuine.
If your love is genuine, shouldn't you be convincing me of that first? Why are you more concerned about getting my mother's approval than mine?
Well, that's because...
Because you're just trying to get back into her good graces so you can stick around at the company, aren't you? You know what? I've had it. This is the last straw. Goodbye.
Wait, please, Harry. I know I made a mistake, but I promise I'll never make that mistake again. I'll change. Just give me another chance.
A mistake? That wasn't a mistake. You just showed your true nature. Don't even bother contacting me again. You're a lost cause.
Harry, wait! Come back! Sylvia, where are you right now? Please, I'm begging you, give me a chance to make things right. I'll get down on my knees and apologize if that's what it takes.
I'm already on my way home. I need to focus on taking care of Ari. As for you, you're fired. Pack your things and leave immediately.
Fired? You can't do this to me. If I lose this job, I'm finished. If my parents find out I got fired, I don't even want to think about what will happen.
Oh? And what exactly will happen if your parents find out?
They'll disown me, probably. My family's incredibly strict. They worked hard to pay for my expensive university tuition. If they find out their son got fired from a company like this, I'll be cut off for sure.
I see. That does sound tough.
Wait, tough? What do you mean by that?
Well, since you've been so insistent and persistent, I took the liberty of contacting your parents myself. After all, they were listed as your emergency contact. I figured it was only right to keep them informed.
What? You called them?
That's correct. Your parents know everything now. Sorry if that's inconvenient for you. But I think this might be a good opportunity for you to reflect on your actions.
No, this can't be happening. My life is over. I've done so much for this company.
Your sales performance was the worst in the entire company.
Sure, but it's more like an honorary worst, you know? Oh no, my parents are already calling me. This is a disaster. What am I supposed to do? I still live at home.
And? What does that have to do with anything?
If they kick me out, I'll have nowhere to go. How am I supposed to survive? Sylvia, don't you care about that?
First of all, don't call me Sylvia. Second, I couldn't care less about what happens to you after this. You brought this entirely upon yourself.
This can't be real. I'm only in my 20s. I had dreams of becoming a CEO by now. And yet here I am, about to be unemployed, homeless, and completely out of options. Wait, who's that?
Who's what? Have you finally lost your mind?
No, I mean, someone just came into the CEO's office.
Oh, and now you've got another scheme in mind, haven't you?
You'll see.
Wait, what are you planning to do now? This better not be something stupid. What have you done?
Well, I just wanted to experience what it feels like to be the president, you know. I acted as if I were the president's stand-in and showed them a picture of me and Ari together. They completely bought it.
Do you even realize what you've done? The person who just walked into the president's office was the president of one of our most important business partners, you know.
Yes, I terminated the contract with them. It was awesome, wasn't it? I even told them, this is the end for your company, like a cold, ruthless CEO.
I got a call from the staff at the reception desk, too. And you know what? Even my patience has a breaking point. You have pushed me too far. So just know that I'll be seeking compensation from damages from you. Be prepared for that.
Wait, but it was just a joke. If the president just explains that it was all a misunderstanding, I'm sure we can fix this.
Just a joke, huh? So you thought it was funny to show a picture of you with Ari to our business partner, huh? You realize that to them you're now tied to my family because of that?
So, what does that mean?
What do you mean, what does that mean? Your blunder is now my blunder, too. You have ruined the company's reputation, and I cannot forgive that, no matter what.
No, but I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
I might forgive you for insulting my daughter, but I will never, ever forgive anyone who tries to harm my company. Never.
Wait, hold on a second. Is this really necessary?
Brace yourself. The damages I'm going to claim are going to be in the millions, no doubt about it.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to create a lasting memory, that's all.
Well, guess what? If I can get a huge sum from you in compensation, that'll be my memory.
No way. Please, wait. I'll kneel, I'll beg, I'll do anything you want.
It's all pointless. You should know that the one with the power always wins. So you managed to break off the engagement, huh?
Yeah, he really didn't want to, but in the end his parents stepped in and...
So he got disowned and left town, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be seeing him again anytime soon.
Honestly, you have the worst taste in men. What did you say again? He's a bit of a fool, but deep down he's serious and honest? Look at the mess he caused, though. How could anyone be that naive?
What happened with our business partner?
The contract was canceled. I explained the situation to them, but honestly, the other side is being petty about it. However, I'm making sure I'll get the damages from him.
I'm really sorry for all the trouble this caused.
You should be sorry. Your awful judgment put everyone in a terrible position.
But honestly, maybe it was inevitable. I mean, I'm your daughter after all.
But seriously, you've got to stop falling for these types of people. It's not just about whether they're charming or fun. Look at the big picture. A man like that could never have been trusted with your future.
Yeah, I know, but for some reason I always end up thinking the best of people, even when they don't deserve it. I thought maybe if I gave him a chance he'd change, but, well, here we are.
You're too generous for your own good sometimes. I told you before, your heart's too soft. It's why you end up getting hurt. Now just take this as a lesson, trust the right people, and don't give anyone the benefit of the doubt unless they've earned it.
You're right. I'll take it as a lesson, but it doesn't make the sting go away. I really thought he was different, that he cared for me, but I guess the whole thing was just a game to him.
It's better this way. You're rid of him, and now you can move on. What's done is done.
I still can't believe he showed up in the president's office and did all that. And then he tried to act like it was just some kind of joke. How ridiculous.
You know, I don't think he ever realized how much he messed up. He's one of those guys who thinks he's invincible and can get away with anything. But now he'll learn. He's not going to get away with this one.
He's not even thinking about what's coming next. He probably believes that if he begs or apologizes, everything will go back to normal. But that's not how it works in the real world.
Exactly. The damage is done and there's no going back. Besides, the way he acted shows that he never truly respected me or anyone else.
I'm just glad it's over. The sooner we put all this behind us, the better. At least we don't have to deal with him anymore.
Yeah, and this time we're going to be smarter. We'll make sure no one else like him slips through the cracks.
You're right. I won't make the same mistake again. I'll be more cautious and I won't let anyone manipulate me again.
Good. You've learned from this. And next time, trust your instincts more. Don't let anyone make you doubt yourself. Rich was disowned by his parents and decided to leave town to live in a quiet life far away. It's quite a story, really. I've heard that he took on a significant amount of debt after being held responsible for damages to someone else. Now he's living in extreme poverty, far removed from the bright future he once imagined for himself. It's a tough situation, but honestly, it's hard to say anything other than it's the result of his own actions. He was quite an interesting kid in his own way, but when it comes to the troubles he's facing now, I can't help but feel like it's all a consequence of his own mistakes. There's certainly a bitter irony to it. Life doesn't always turn out the way we expect to, but sometimes it's the consequences of our choices that shape what comes next. As for me, I'm still continuing with my work as the company president. It's been a challenging journey, but I've found a way to keep moving forward. It hasn't always been easy, but I've managed to maintain my position and the responsibilities that come with it. There are days when it feels like everything is on my shoulders, but I'm used to it by now. Running a company, especially as a woman, comes with its own set of challenges, but I've learned how to navigate them. I suppose there's a certain strength that comes from doing what you have to do, no matter what the world expects of you. My daughter, on the other hand, has learned a lot from this whole situation. She seems to have reflected on the events deeply, and it's clear that she's become much more cautious of how she views others now. It's understandable, really. I think when you've experienced something like this, it changes the way you look at people. It makes you more aware of the signs, more sensitive to what's really going on beneath the surface. I believe that, as a mother, I can't help but feel a bit of relief knowing that she's being careful about who she lets into her life. Sometimes I wish I had been more careful when I was younger, but it's a lesson we all have to learn in our own way, right? I think the best thing we can do as parents is to give our children the wisdom and experience we've gained, but ultimately, they have to figure things out for themselves. If she's being more careful, then that's a good thing in my eyes. I've seen too many people get hurt because they didn't see things coming. Having that kind of discernment can make all the difference. It's not about being distrustful, but about being aware of the potential consequences of your choices. I think she's starting to understand that. I'll admit, I may not be in a position to lecture anyone about judgment. After all, I've had my fair share of mistakes and missteps along the way. I'm not perfect, and I've made my own choices that didn't always turn out the way I hoped. In some ways, I suppose that's the reality of life, isn't it? We all make decisions based on what we know at the time, and sometimes those decisions come back to haunt us. It's just a part of the human experience. In the end, I think what matters most is how we handle the consequences of our actions. It's easy to get caught up in regret, but the true measure of a person is how they move forward. I've seen people let their mistakes define them, but I've also seen others use their past to propel themselves forward, learning and growing from their experiences. I hope my daughter will be able to do the same. It's not easy, of course, life rarely is, but I believe in her strength and ability to navigate whatever challenges come her way. I can't protect her from everything, but I can provide her with the tools she needs to face the world head-on. At the end of the day, that's all we can do as parents, give our children the foundation to stand on their own. So even though things didn't turn out the way Rich had hoped, and even though the road ahead for him is probably going to be a tough one, I think he's learned a valuable lesson. He's facing the consequences of his choices just as we all do eventually. There's no escaping that. But there's also always the chance to rebuild, to start over, and to make something better out of the mess we've created. I suppose we'll see where life takes him next, but for now, it's just one of those situations where you can only shake your head and say, well, he brought this on himself. There's not much else to say about it, really. And while I don't take any pleasure in his suffering, there's a certain sense of closure that comes from knowing that people have to face the music eventually. As for my daughter, I'm hopeful for her future. She's learning, she's growing, and she's becoming more aware of the world around her. It's a tough lesson, but it's one that will serve her well in the long run. I may not have all the answers, but I do know that she is on the right path. I'm proud of her and I'll continue to support her no matter what. It's not always easy to see our children go through difficult times, but I believe in her resilience. She's stronger than she knows, and I'm confident that she'll come out of this stronger, more capable, and more prepared for whatever life throws her way. So while Rich's situation is unfortunate, it's a reminder that we'll all have to take responsibility for the choices we make. There's no running away from the consequences, but there's always room for growth and change. That's what I hope for my daughter, and that's what I hope for myself as well. We all have our struggles, our regrets, and our moments of doubt, but it's how we handle them that defines us, and as long as we keep moving forward, we'll be okay in the end. Rich's decision to leave town and live in solitude was undoubtedly a significant one. It's hard to imagine what it must have been like for him to sever ties with his family like that, but it was a choice he made, and now he's living with the consequences. Being disowned by your parents is a heavy burden to carry, and I'm sure it hasn't been easy for him. But at the same time, there's only so much sympathy one can feel for someone who's reaping the results of their own actions. He dug his own grave, so to speak, and now he's forced to lie in it. When I think about what happened to him, I still can't help but feel that he was given a chance. A chance to turn things around and make better decisions, but he chose to ignore that opportunity. Now he's struggling with debt, living a life that is far from what he once envisioned. It's heartbreaking, yes, but it's also a reminder that we all have a limited amount of time to make the right choices before the consequences catch up with us. Time doesn't wait for anyone, and sooner or later, we all have to face what we've done. I've often thought about the decisions that brought him to this point. It wasn't just one mistake. It was a series of choices that led him to ruin. Taking on debt for someone else's damages is a huge responsibility to bear, especially when you don't have the resources to back it up. But Rich didn't think about the future. He acted impulsively, thinking he could handle the consequences later. Now he's paying the price, and there is no escaping that reality. It's difficult not to feel some sympathy for him, especially considering that he was once a bright, hopeful young man, with his whole life ahead of him. But I can't deny that there is a certain sense of inevitability to his downfall. Life has a way of catching up with people, no matter how much they try to outrun it. And in the end, the choices we make are what define us. Rich's decisions have led him to this point, and no amount of regret or self-pity is going to change that. As for my own life, I've had my own share of struggles as well. Being the president of a company is no easy task, and there are times when I question whether I'm doing the right thing. The pressure is immense, and there's always the fear of failure looming over me. But I've learned to deal with that fear, to push through the uncertainty and to keep moving forward. It's not always easy, and there are days where I feel like I can't take another step, but I've learned that resilience is key. I've also learned that success isn't just about achieving goals or reaching milestones. It's about perseverance and the ability to keep going even when things seem impossible. There have been months where I thought that I couldn't handle the weight of my responsibilities, but I've found a way to keep going. It's about being willing to face the challenges head-on, no matter how daunting they may seem. And it's about knowing that even when things don't go according to plan, there is always a way forward. My daughter has also had her share of struggles, but I'm proud of the way she's handling them. I know that she's learned a lot from what happened with Rich, and I can see the change in her. She's become more cautious, more aware of the people she lets into her life, and I think that's a good thing. Sometimes we need to go through tough experiences to learn how to protect ourselves, to learn how to recognize the signs of danger before it's too late. I think she's starting to understand that, and that gives me peace of mind.